Good morning, Shantanu. Good morning, Chaitanya. Hello, everyone. Jai Hind, Chaitanya.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Okay, that's yes. Is the screen shared?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let's begin. Uh, the second institute, apart from India, at the same level for entry, we have seen, and that was nothing but the Officers Training Academy, which is at Gaya. Uh, it has a historical importance, but if you consider its different phases, so earlier it had been a center, or you can consider a station of military. And then it worked as like a place to be command, and which was used to steer the operations in Burma uh, before independence. After independence, it started working as the corps, one of the army corps, and later on, you can consider it was converted into a training institute, and it started giving training in 2011, in fact July 2011. So but this is limited only to Indian Army, and uh, again limited to technical entry scheme. So those who will enter here, they will have a training of 1 year uh, at this particular academy. Then they will go to three different academies, namely at Pune, Maho, and Sikandarabad for advanced training. of the technical field, and after completing their trainings at these three different institutes, they will come back to this particular academy, and then they will pass out and commission into Indian Army. So that is what we have considered. It's age limit, as I said, 16.5 to 19.5, in between these two, and you must have 70% aggregate marks in the physics, chemistry, and mathematics. So necessarily you should be the student of science. Even in NDA, if you wish to go to Indian Air Force or Indian Navy, you must have to have the specific subjects of science. So that is what we have considered in this particular. No doubt, some other points we consider that what is the aim of this particular training academy. So I said that again, it is as like NDA, the one of the premier pre-military training, pre it is uh, pre-commissioned training institute, you can consider. So one of the premier institutes which is providing the common training or the basic training, you can consider. So that's what its aim is. Right? Not only this, obviously, some other factors related to personality, related to giving technical knowledge. Right? So these are some of the other things were there. This is what for the passing out parades uh, observation, right? The dignitary जो गेस्ट है वो निरीक्षण करते हुए passing out parade के time. So this is what we have already considered. Okay. Now, I said that at a level of 10 plus 2, you can enter into two different institutes to become officer in Indian Armed Forces. So now you have to consider another institute wherein again you can become the officer only for Indian Army, and that is the direct entry you can consider. Obviously, this would be the entrance to academy. This is their symbol, and here it is logo, Virita or Vivek. Accordingly, training of this particular academy is being fostered or given to the gentleman cadet. So Indian Military Academy stands as IMA, which is situating at Dehradun. It trains the officers for Indian Army only. Keep in mind this. Right, this is related to only the Indian Army. Where is the Uttarakhand? Dehradun.
Sir, in Uttarakhand.
It is in
Uttarakhand.
Okay, fine. It is in Uttarakhand. So you must have seen there had been some of the generals who had been uh, taken the training by NDA prior to 1954 and who had become the general. And at that time, I said that previous to shifting of the training institute to Khadakwasla, it was situated at Dehradun, and in fact, that was nothing but that was nothing but unit of Indian Military Academy. So here I wanted to tell you that in 1932 exactly this was started as a training institute, and its first batch, its alumni or students, if you consider, uh, of the first batch. So one of them was Sam Manekshaw. That is what you can keep in mind. Fine. Anyway, it will be again coming in detail whenever I will tell you the story of Sam Manekshaw, or I think maybe in the alumni you will see it. But as I just remember it, I just try to put in front of you. So its recommendation was it was established in 1932, which was following the recommendation by a military committee. So then at that time it was uh, having a very small strength around 40, but nowadays it has gone to more than 1500. Exactly, I think maybe 1649 or something like that, the capacity of the IMA is. So as you know, the gentlemen cadets entering in this institute get training as much as less is around 16 months, and as much as high is around 3 years. So who will get 16 months and who will get 3 months? So those who are coming from NDA, they would be getting the training around 16 months till get pass out, and those who are directly entering after their graduation or on the basis of graduation, they will get a training of 3 years and and get commissioned into Indian Army as officer, particularly lieutenant. So on completion of course at Indian Military Academy, all the cadets are permanently commissioned into Indian Army as lieutenant. So your first rank would be the lieutenant that you can consider. So further, if you consider this academy as like NDA is NDA has spread over huge uh, land, as like that this academy is also spread over a huge land. So you can consider around 1400 acres of the land is acquired by this particular academy. There are different houses in this academy. I think in maybe subsequent slides you will come across them. Right. So different houses. I will just tell you that there would be a Chetul Hall, Khetrapal Auditorium, Somnath Stadium, Salaria Aquatic Center, Hoshiar Singh Gymnasium, and such kinds of other facility centers. So see, these are the names which we have already considered, right? Someone is PVC recipient, someone is Ashok Chakra recipient, fine. So those who have shown extraordinary or exceptional bravery, I will call it as bravest bravery. So the name of such bravest, braver officers are given to different institutes or different houses. I will tell you, I will call in the academy. So if you consider the yes, so this is what we can consider the okay, I will tell you. This is what about the passing out parade at this particular institute, this particular incidence is, and this particular hall is called, here you can see, Chetwood building. Fine. Then second one is here Khetrapal Auditorium. Again, you will be finding out a photography session. After passing out parade or last March, right, you will be finding out the enjoy by the gentlemen cadets. Now they are they have become the officers. So you can see here the stars. Right? So that's what you can consider. Yes, another moment I have tried to collect as many as possible incidents of passing out parade. So you can consider, so these are the different let's say awardees or the recipients of different kinds of prizes, right? One of the best awardee is the sword of honor, right? Sword of honor, you can consider the best cadet of that particular batch among all the cadets. Also, that is overall. Also, in each of the sector or in each of the field, there are exceptional cadets, or the you can consider the first. See, everyone is trained at the same level, but just uh, to give away awards, you will be finding out some of the cadets would be selected, obviously depending on their overall performance right from the day one till last date. Keep in mind, this is very important. So from the very first day, you will be started observing in all the areas, and depending on that, you would be considered for that particular prizes. Fine. Ari, will you please mute your mic? Ari Patil. Okay. This is what you can, as I said, you will come across some of the notable alumni. The very first notable alumni, Sam Manekshaw, so who had been India's field marshal. That is the first field marshal you may consider, Sam Manekshaw. Now, in this field, apart from Sam Manekshaw, there are some other alumni known as Somnath Sharma, G.S. Salaria, Captain Arun Khetrapal, and Captain Vikram Batra. So they have shown bravest braveries on the field, and they had been the recipients of Paramveer Chakra. Right. So overall, if you consider the highest Indian military decoration called Paramveer Chakra was received by 6 recipients who are the alumni of this particular academy. Then India's first Field Marshal, Sam Manekshaw, another alumni. There had been several other achievements, such as military crosses. You must have seen AVSM, PVSM, likewise, right? So such kinds of military crosses, more than 73 military crosses, 17 Ashok Chakras, 84 Mahavir Chakras, 41 Kirti Chakras. Now see, all these are the awards given away for different kinds of contributions. That we will also see that which award is for what kind of contribution and what exactly it is, how it looks like. So that is we will consider. Now you can Rushikesh sir. Rushikesh sir. Okay. Fine. So if you consider the notable alumni, so here you will be finding out the first one. Right, I will not at this moment I will not discuss about Sam Manekshaw, but I will just quickly go through Somnath Sharma. So basically he was major, right, of Indian Army, and Major Somnath Sharma was the first recipient of Paramveer Chakra. Keep in mind, India's highest military decoration, as like India's highest civilian award is what? Bharat Ratna. As like that, in the military, that is what the highest military decoration is, Paramveer Chakra. And first recipient of this Paramveer Chakra was Major Somnath Sharma. So he was the major by rank. He had been brother of General V.N. Sharma. So one of the generals of Indian Army. Probably we have gone through the alumni of NDA. So at that time we have seen this particular name. So he fought the war of Indo-Pakistan of 1947-48, and in that Somnath Sharma was killed in the action taken in 1947 while repulsing Pakistani infiltrators to the Srinagar airport. And that was really a bravest bravery he had shown, and for his gallantry and sacrifice during this particular battle, he was posthumously awarded the Paramveer Chakra. So this is what you can consider the Somnath Sharma's contribution. Second one is Gurbachan Singh Salaria. Right. Second one is Gurbachan Singh Salaria. Now, if you consider uh, this one, so obviously he was alumni of NDA as well, as we have seen. He was the, if you consider, he was the first alumni of NDA uh, who had been awarded as Paramveer Chakra. So you can uh, consider Gurbachan Salaria as the recipient of this particular award or the highest military decoration. Now, for what he got this particular highest honor? If you consider the uh, he had been deployed in United Nations operations for peacekeeping in Congo, that is in 1961. So we have sent a troop excuse me. Indian Army had sent a troop to Congo for United States National uh, international peacekeeping, and he was the part of that particular troop. So in the month of December 1961, Salaria's battalion was tasked to clear a roadblock of uh, two armored cars which were manned by 150 uh, say soldiers in a state of Katanga. So on the way, he has to clear that particular road, and that troop was going to a airport, particularly Elizabethville Airport. So the plan was that the Salaria and his men were to block their retreat. So then he and his team, having a rocket launchers, attacked and destroyed the Katangi's armored cars. And this was the move uh, wherein Salaria felt that it would be best to attack before they get reorganized. So he thought like that, and uh, he started uh, outnumber badly on them, right? So they charged towards these and killed around 40 men in this particular assault. But during the attack, Salaria was shot twice in the neck, and eventually he succumbed to injuries. So in this particular uh, incident, he badly succumbed with the huge injuries, and he lost his uh, life in this. So for his duty and courage and disregard for his own safety during the battle, Salaria was awarded a Paramveer Chakra. So that is what you can see about Salaria. Third one is Arun Khetrapal. Further, you can consider this one. So Arun Khetrapal, born in Pune, right, who had been the Indian Army officer and again posthumously received Paramveer Chakra for his uh, action in the Battle of Basantar. So that is again in the battlefield of Shakargarh during India-Pakistan War of 1971, where his actions have earned him this highest military decoration honor. So you can consider about this one. So in 1971's war with the Pakistan, he had shown bravest bravery and received posthumously the Paramveer Chakra. Next one is Captain Vikram Batra. I may assume that some of you must have seen Yellow Sea Kargil, the movie Yellow Sea Kargil, wherein you must have come across this particular character, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Captain Vikram Batra. Right. So you can uh, imagine that what sort of enthusiasm he had, what kind of thinking he had, right? And obviously they have in the movie they have portrayed his bravery for the for his towards his company. So for his uh, contribution or for his uh, you may consider the highest bravery, right? He got awarded by highest and most prestigious award of valor, that is called Paramveer Chakra during Kargil War of 1999. Right? For what? Because he led one of the toughest operations in the mountain warfare, and that was first time in the Indian history. By the way, what was his name?
Sir, who's?
Captain Batra's name, the what you can code name. Since you have gone through movie, I am just asking for that.
Sher Shah.
Yes,
Sher Shah.
exactly. Right. So he was really loving that particular name called Sher Shah. Fine. So that is what you will be
Sir,
considering.
and
Sorry.
his dialogue, Ye Dil Mange More, was
Exactly. Right. So that is also right. His colleagues used to say him that uh, no more times, right? मतलब उसको बदल देना चाहिए. Such kind of suggestions were there. So he said that क्या करूँ यार, ये तो मेरा पहला पहला प्यार है. Like so, likewise, he was giving the replies. And another officer, I think I might not have put his name. No, okay. Not here. I said 6 recipients, but here there are you can sorry, you can have here only these. I will one more name I will tell you, that Casing Clifford Nongram, right? Basically, he was in the Jammu Kashmir light infantry. So you can consider. I think no, Casing was not recipient of PVC, rather he was recipient of Mahavir Chakra. Yeah, sorry. So this is what you can consider the first thing of the alumni.
Sir,
Then yes,
Sir Major Mohit Sharma is also there, no?
Major, I don't know, your voice is very,
Sir,
yes, you
Major
can.
Mohit Sharma.
Major, just a minute, let it mail, write it. Yes, Major
Mohit Sharma.
Mohit Sharma. Yes, already I think we have gone through it, right? He was alumni of,
Ashok Chakra.
okay, okay. No, no, I just I was just thinking at this moment about PBCs, right? No doubt in Ashok Chakras we will be finding out these names. Fine, just a minute. Okay, so now if you okay, what I want to tell you about the entry. Right. See, there are 250 vacancies, right? I'm talking right now about direct entry. 250 vacancies. Apart from those who are coming from NDA, keep in mind. Fine. So for direct entry, there will be 250 vacancies, and there will be uh, the exam, or you can have entry twice in a year, right? So 250 plus 250 kind of thing. Exam will be conducted by UPSC, which is called as, right, under the aegis of CDSE, Combined Defense, right, Service Examinations. So CDS is conducting this examination under UPSC, particularly in March, April, and again second time in September, October. So in a month, in a year, in these two months, the exams will be conducted. Your age should be as much as less is 29 years, 19 years, and as much as high is 24 years. So in between 19 to 24 years, fine, you can give this particular exam. Qualification is graduation from any of the recognized university in any of the stream. Again, you should not married, you must be unmarried, that is again important. You can consider, you have to give written examination, as I said, uh, in March, April, or September, October, and then you will have the SSB interviews, fine, and then you will go to IMA for training. So there you will be finding out the uh, all the details, or you will be having yeah, all detailed training, right? Though you have directly entered, right, into for the purpose of permanent commission, right? So that is what you can consider as far as the eligibility is concerned. Fine, you can keep in mind these things. Okay, so this is what I can tell you about IMA. Fine. Okay, would you like to ask something? It's after 12th or graduation. What is the difference between NDA and NA? Okay, first I will tell you it's after 12th or graduation. So it's after graduation. Fine. It's not on 12th. Second one is what is difference between NDA and NA? Okay, Naval Academy. Fine. So if you consider the
Technical and non-technical.
sorry,
It's a technical and non-technical differences there only.
it is there, but one more thing is that the basic training is always being completed at NDA. Keep in mind.
NDA. Yes, sir.
So that is what the pre commission training. Right? So whenever you will be entering at 10+2 level, so that is what the pre commission training, and the basic military training is always being completed at NDA, and then you will be sent at Naval Academy, wherein you will be finding out the technical education. Now see, why not at NDA? So in NDA, no doubt, if you want to maintain the ships, right? Ultimately, those who are entering at Naval Academy, they would be getting the training of the ships. They will be trained through every aspect for the ships. So it is that much. It is not that much easy to maintain all these things at Khadakwasla. Still, they are maintaining some of the ships, right, for the purpose of training. Fine. So answer to the question, to cut short, is for technical training you would be sent to NA. Okay, next question is that but they say NDA NA. Yes, because of that NDA NA is there. What is work NA? Okay, I think I have answered that one. Flying officer is what? Flying officer Nirmaljit Singh. Second PVC was an officer of the Indian Air Force. Okay. Okay, anything else? Which one?
Yes.
Sir, which one would you prefer, IMA or OTA? At this moment, I will prefer NDA, no doubt. At the same time, I will also try out for OTA Gaya, no doubt. If I could miss this particular chance, I would hardly try for IMA. Still, unfortunately, my destiny is not allowing me to enter into this. I will again come back as much as hard as possible. And lastly, I will prefer OTA Chennai, because I decided to be the officer in the army. That's it. So that would be my preference. So someone can think about it. But at this moment, I suggest I suggest not to directly target OTA Chennai. If you target today OTA Chennai, then my second suggestion is that at this moment you should drop becoming of officer into the army, because I know you are not ready to take the efforts to enter to or to get the commission. No doubt, OTA will not put you into permanent commission, right? So you will be for short-term commission for only for first 5 years plus 5 years, and after 10 years you will be examined thoroughly, and you would have a chance to enter as to go for permanent commission as well. Thank you. Okay, so we will stop here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.